When you're getting ready to move and put your home on the market in order to sell it, there are a few things you can do in order to, well, prepare your home. Or maybe what I should say is should do. Nevertheless, though, there are a few things that you can do in order to, well, help yourself make the most possible money from the sale of your home. And maybe you've heard of the phrase, making your home show ready. But what does that mean, and how is that going to help you make more money from the sale of your house? Show ready really just, it's nothing more than just making sure your home is ready to show a buyer when they want to come and see it. The question, of course, though, becomes, well, then what all is involved in that? Mostly just comes down to the basics. In fact, a lot of it you've probably heard before. Making sure you have good curb appeal for anyone that pulls up to the house, making sure to declutter and depersonalize the inside of your house. Of course, keeping everything clean and making sure that the beds are made, that there's no dishes in the sink. Again, a lot of it that you've probably heard before.
You think?
Hey, real quick, if this is your first time to the video, my name's Jose. I am your SoCal realtor. If you are thinking about buying or selling a home, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I, we've helped many people just like you, and we're here and ready to help you with your real estate needs too. But let's get back to the video. What I want to talk about though is going beyond just that, beyond what I was just talking about here. I want to talk about staging. And listen, staging is huge. Staging, in fact, statistics show that when you stage your home, you can increase the final sales price anywhere from 2 to as much as 8% above and beyond the list price. Now, just because you are planning on staging your home, I wouldn't go and list it for 2 to 8% more. I mean, you don't want to scare away potential buyers, but when you have it staged and you do have a buyer show up and your home looks great, it's beautifully staged, now you do have that chance to drive up that final sales price. A great example of what staging would be is if you think about the model homes at a new construction site, right? You show up and you go to the model and the landscaping out in front of that model home, it's beautiful. It's perfectly manicured, nothing out of place, not a weed in sight. You walk in that front door, it's, again, perfect. It's perfectly clean. You almost, like, did they have a cleaning person in here just before we showed up, right? It looks great. They have furniture inside, not too much, right? It's not cluttered, but they have enough furniture to kind of give you an idea. Okay, the couch could fit over here. We could put a bed in that corner of that room, or what, right? It gives you an idea of what each room would look like, but not too much, right? They still allow each room to feel open and big and spacious. And of course, no obvious repair needs are visible either. I'm obviously not saying that you gotta, be out there mowing the lawn or clipping the hedges every single day, or keeping a housekeeper, keeping them on speed dial, ready to call just in case someone's ready to show up to the house.
How fast can you get here?
But you do want to at least maintain or keep up on those things though. Another idea for staging is kind of like what I just talked about with the model homes, is maybe rearranging some of the furniture in the house. Again, it's kind of like with those model homes. You want every room in your home to look and feel large and spacious. And I know, I get it, if you've lived in your home for a while, if you've been there for at least a couple of years, and you're probably like the rest of us and you've accumulated some stuff over time. Just the problem though is when you do have that, sure, it can be comfy and cozy, but having too much furniture can also sometimes make a room feel smaller than it actually is. I don't care how big your home is, you always want it to feel bigger. And if you have a room in your home and you have just a lot of stuff in it, a lot of furniture, couches or chairs or tables or beds or whatever, you have a lot of stuff in that room and it doesn't really have a very open floor plan feel to the room now because of that. You may want to consider, at least at minimum, maybe rearranging some of the furniture or if necessary, maybe even removing some of it. However, I would definitely talk to your agent, get their take on it before going to that extreme. Here's another aspect of staging. How do the walls look? Does it look like it's been a while since the last time they were painted? Or maybe they were painted more recently, but you went with maybe a more loud color or a really dark color. Sometimes the look of the walls can either turn on or turn off a buyer. If we're being honest though, listen, if a buyer, if they looked at walls and that's why they didn't like your house, it's probably safe to say they were looking for a reason to not like your house. Which makes me wonder, is your house just in an area that they weren't even really wanting to look? It was their agent that convinced them, no, let's go look at this house, you'll like it. Or was it your curb appeal? Did they pull up to the house and the curb appeal, it already started them down that negative path. Seriously though, it's not very likely that a buyer is either going to want to or not want to buy your house simply because of the walls, but being very honest though with you, it could potentially prevent them from wanting to pay extra for your house. But if it needs it, and you do want to max out on that sales price, I mean, painting the walls, it certainly could help.
Let's do it.
Few extra touches you could do is, not just cleaning the bathroom, although definitely clean it, but not just cleaning the bathroom, but stage it on the counter. Put like a brand new little soap dispenser. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. I mean, you can get a cheap one, whatever, but just a new clean soap dispenser just for showings. Same thing with the hand towel. Your hand towel that you have hanging there, not to be used. It's just put out for showings, just to kind of give that extra touch of class. In fact, actually, you could do the same thing in the kitchen. Put whether you keep a towel by the sink or not, I would get a new clean towel that's brand new and just lay it out on display right there by the sink. Just kind of right? Give it that extra little class. In fact, you could even, like a bowl of fruit. You could put a bowl of fruit out on display, out on the counter, or even on the table. Or again, just think about what they do with the model homes at new construction sites. In fact, you know what I might do? Even if you're not planning on buying a new construction home. Although if you are, if the plan is after selling this home to buy a new construction home, after you finish this video, of course, I would definitely check out my channel. I have a number of videos in there with tips and suggestions, do's and don'ts when it comes to buying a new construction home. I would definitely check those out. But what I would probably do is I would go down to a couple of different locations, couple of builders, see their model homes just for ideas when it comes to staging. Because trust me, builders are very good when it comes to staging homes. They have professional stagers on staff and they're very good at what they do. But listen, a couple other ideas that you could do when it comes to staging your home might include putting throw pillows on the couches and the beds, putting new rugs down in your home. I would use the plug-in air fresheners around the house. Be sure that your house always smells fresh and inviting to everyone that comes to see it. You could also include a vase with maybe some flowers in it and some of the common areas, like maybe on the coffee table. I'm not sure I would use fake flowers though. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, obviously they're a lot easier. You don't have to worry about watering them or anything like that. It's just that fake flowers, they don't have the scent that you get from a live flower. And again, it's that scent. It's that welcoming, fresh type feel or aroma that you get. And that's what you want. You just want to create that welcoming feel for any potential buyer seeing your home. Of course, though, if you do have any questions at all, or if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, my contact information is below. Feel free to reach out. Otherwise, until then, catch you on the next one.